as we said, in an attempt to sometimes, we knew this was the fault, coming too far on the inside, creating that sort of hooky one. We now want your path to be a little bit more kind of neutral to target, which is going to feel a bit outside the line because you are moving from blue to green kind of thing. But just be careful we don't try and do it too much in the back. And this was kind of an okay position there, but the hand sort of working a little bit away from the body there. Not much. I mean, if you look at the gap there between the end of the club, just a little bit of a push out there. You actually get the good position on the way back there, and certainly when you come back down, this is a much better position. That club position there is just spot on there. Again, if we sort of draw the lines there, shoulders, club, toes, knee, everything's nicely in line there to just release the club and the body through. We can sort of fully release that club, knowing we could hit the ball left to right, right to left if we needed to or wanted to. But it's a much more neutral type of shot. And that, for me, is the more important thing. So your bad shots now, when you miss it, they're going to be a bit thin or a bit heavy, rather than potentially a slingy one or a blocky one or a pulley, all these different things. As we said, the ones that go a little bit left on you, and we're talking a good strike, as you said before, they just sort of go hard left over here, are generally when your arms have moved out on the way back in an attempt to try to get the club back in front more. So don't try to adjust the backswing. It's a tricky thing sometimes because we want the club to work in a certain direction, so we try to almost manipulate it or cheat the position a bit early, allow the backswing to happen as normal to the top here, and it's from here now. The hands are going to work down, the club's going to kind of work out, get back in front as the lower half will just release. So as long as your lower half movement now is really, really good there. I mean, it's a nice sort of release of the hips there, nice sort of right foot rolling in, right knee going towards left knee. Very, very good movement. The key thing there is that sort of right hip and left hip really staying in a good sort of posture there as we sort of swing through, so you maintain your angles nicely, and we can release the club through up over left shoulder. It's a little bit of a shorter follow through as we can see in this one, and that's often the sort of, I'm going to sort of hold on to it a little bit, almost a bit Tommy Fleetwood kind of way, which I'm not encouraging we do that. If that's sort of the feeling you get with sort of 7, 8, 9, 9, that's okay. With longer clubs, you want that sort of fuller release with the golf ball as you'd hit and so on. But yeah, certainly from last week though, much improved with that club was sort of more in here. We've now got it much more in line. The shape of shot now is a lot more controlled, and when you're getting decent strike, you're getting more on target. So I'm not really worried about draw or fade, it's a more neutral flight. So your draw would kind of be up and then that way, and your fade would be up and that way. We don't want to see a golf ball kind of go in that way, because it's, as a 7, 8 iron does that, when you get to the 4 and 5 irons, it then becomes sort of whoosh over them, or there's a trouble on the left hand side, it's just a big block on the right there. Okay, makes sense? I got it, really, really good, looking great. And again, if you get the club in the right position, both shots are a lot easier, left to right, right to left, much more consistency there. Okay, mate?